What's up, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. Welcome back to the vlog. It's turbo time. It took long enough. I mean, I've been waiting for this for so long, since I was like 18, and I found out you could put a turbo on the Foxbody. So, okay, before I get too far, my name's Chaz. I have a 1986 Foxbody Mustang with a new stroker motor, all forged, all everything. It's an aftermarket block. It's ready for boost, and we are getting ready to put the On3 Performance 7675 BMF turbo with the whole On3 kit on the car. So this is a new series for my channel. I'm going to be going over everything about the turbo install, every single little detail with separate videos to just show everything you have to do, what I had to deal with, and just everything you could possibly think of with the build. And then at the end of it, I will be making an overview video for just like a 30-minute video of everything compiled into one. But that's what this new series is going to be about. Hopefully we can get this thing on pretty quick. It doesn't seem like it's going to be too hard, but you never know. I better not say that, because then it's going to get really hard. First thing we're going to do, get the Foxbody in here, take off all the exhaust, and start mocking up the hot side, and go from there. But I'm excited. And make sure to subscribe to keep up with this build, because it's going to be a good one. It's going to be a real good one. So, all right, let's get into it. Okay, so first thing is I wanted to take off the exhaust, because we're gonna mock up the hot side, and that's the first thing we got to do. So it's still hot because it just started. So in the meantime, I am going to pull off the cold air intake, and that should give us some more room, and then hopefully maybe the exhaust will be cooled down a little bit. I just taking off the first piece. I am so excited. It's finally here. I've been talking about this since I was 20 years old, or 18, I don't know, somewhere. It's been a while. I can't believe we're finally putting the turbo on this thing. I am, beyond excited. This is, it's insane. Okay, so got the cold air off. That was pretty simple. So we're gonna jack up the car, and then I'm gonna take the exhaust off, mostly the X pipe, then wrap up the O2 sensor in the wideband, and set them off to the side until I'm ready, and then we'll go for the headers. So right now, X pipe. All right, so we are underneath the car now, and so the first thing we're gonna do is take off the X pipe. All right, so we got this off of the X pipe, and then we took these clamps off of the X pipe as well. So next, we're gonna remove that wideband or O2 sensor, and then unbolt these pipes from the header. And then I can hopefully get this all apart. So that's what the next goal is. You ever get to that point where you're like, I should have jacked up the car like another couple clicks or one jack up? I'm at that point. All right, so exhaust is off. It's laying down over there. Mufflers are there. We're keeping those. And I got both the O2s out, and they are bagging up. So there is my wideband, and that's going to be going in the down pipe. So bagged it up, waiting for later. And the other one is up there. And it's bagged up, ready to go. So everything is taken apart down here that needs to be taken apart, and now we're gonna be taking the headers off. Okay, so now that we got the X pipe and all that exhaust off, it's time to get the headers off. And so you see I have some extra stuff. This isn't like your normal car, because I rerouted my heater hoses a different way, and these are temporary fuel lines, just because you can see I have a whole different fuel system going on. But so just these are going away actually now really soon, so we're not going to worry about this, but these I'm going to try to get out of the way. But for now, let's just take off these hooker headers. Alright, so already onto the first problem. Didn't take very long. So these hooker headers are giant and they don't want to come out. Makes sense, right? So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna have to take the alternator bracket off real quick, and then it should be able to push forward and come out. We'll see. Okay, so let me show you what I did, because I got real into it and I fought that alternator thing in the header for so long. Okay, but let me show you. All right, so as you can see, the header is off. I had to take out my spark plugs to get it out, but that's because it's the hooker header and it's just big. It's just physically big with its equal length. So I'm gonna put the spark plugs back in, but the gasket came off. I will probably clean it again just in case, but let me tell you about the giant stock alternator bracket. So there is 3 bolts on your bracket. There's one that goes in there, and there, and in there, because of all the hosing. All these hoses are in the way. And if I have like a tidbit of advice, leave your belt on when you do this top one, because once you let the tension off the belt, you can't get to it. And then this hose is still in the way. This is just for illustration. All right, so the 3 bolts is this one, and this one if you've already deleted your smog pump. If you haven't deleted your smog pump, there's more stuff, but if you just have the alternator bracket. Okay, so it's oriented on the car just like that. So you'll have to get the bottom one, then that one, and then the one right behind here. So leave the tension on your belt before you, or just leave the tension on while you're taking it off. And then take it off right like when you're doing the last bolt. So see that one? Right behind the tensioner. So make sure, leave the belt on, do that one first, and then take the tension off the belt. Learn from my mistakes. Okay, now we're gonna do this side. All right, driver's side headers are off. That was much easier. I just took the spark plugs out of this one just because the other side I needed it. So if you're doing it at home, you have equal length headers, equal length shorty headers. It'd probably be in your best interest just to take the spark plugs out and go for it and not try to work around them because they get in the way. So I am gonna put the passenger side turbo headers on. Just mock-up, no gasket, no nothing, just for mock-up. This is all this video is going to be about, and see where it looks, and then I think I'm going to call it for the night. Let's see how this fits. I'm kind of really nervous. So, ooh, they're so much heavier than the other ones. Oh, it's so much easier. Oh. Where'd it go? I wanted to see it first. Oh. The first piece has been mocked up, and I am pumped. I'm so excited right now. I can't even explain to you how excited I am right now. Okay, so I put the header on. I just snugged everything down because there's no gasket, there's no nothing. This is just for mock-up. We got this header installed, so check it out. That is so cool. It fits so well. Like, people were saying you're gonna have trouble. You might have a problem with the spark plugs being covered up. Some of the castings are bad, but as you can see, that spark plug looks mighty roomy on all of them. Come on, focus. Yeah, on all of them. So I don't think any of the flanges need to be messed with or anything, so it looks good. I'm so excited. So that's the first mock-up piece. We're gonna continue this tomorrow, but so far it's looking so good. This header fit really well though. I'm very impressed. So yeah, I'll see you guys tomorrow. You had to know I wasn't gonna leave you guys hanging like that. I had to mock up the turbo too, just to see a little sneak peek, man. Just gotta get a little sneak peek. Oh, it looks cool. Just before I show you, it looks, oh my goodness. Okay. Oh my gosh, look at that. Look at how cool that is. Oh my goodness, we're not even close to being done, but oh man, it's not clocked, nothing is done, but that is so cool. Oh my gosh. We got more to do tomorrow. I will see you then, and oh man, I'm so excited. I'm so excited. What's up everybody, we're back. It's the next day. The only thing I did so far was put on the upper part of the crossover pipe, and then we're gonna put on the passenger's driver's side header. All right, so this is literally, I put this V-band on and put that piece of the crossover on, and that's literally it. That's all I've done so far. You have to take off the oil filter to make this all fit. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take off the oil filter right now, and then we're gonna put on the header and the rest of the crossover, and then we'll see what needs to be heat shielded. So I'm gonna do that real quick. So I don't wanna get too excited, but you know what, I've been excited the whole night. So It fits up good. There's no issues. I am gonna have to go get some heat wrap. Like I was saying, I looked for it. I couldn't find it, but I'll find it. I'll order it. I'll do something. So before I show you, it all fits good so far. There's been no clearance issues. Spark plugs have enough clearance. It all looks a-okay. And the other thing, I was talking about it yesterday, those extended bolts that they give you, that On3 gives you, they're good and they look thick and everything. I'm just gonna end up using my ARP studs, because ARPs, everybody knows it's good and they fit better. So I'm just gonna use my ARP stuff and I think it'll be totally fine, but it all works. So here, check it out. Okay, so as you've seen, this side looks good, right? So then there's the crossover down to that. So the ball and socket joint to the flex pipe, and then, so it comes down, there's the flex pipe, and it comes up to the V-band that you can see. The V-band right there, and comes up, and this header fit exceptionally well. It just clears everything. So as you can see, I did take off my oil filter, and you see that blue thing? That'll cover that in another video, but that's a 90-degree oil filter adapter. I just lightly snugged it on there so my oil wasn't just totally open. Otherwise, it's looking good. So far, there is room between the sway bar and the header, but I'm gonna drop it down right now, and we're gonna see if it really does fit or not. All right, moment of truth. See if this actually fits. Look. And I've heard this was kind of a problem, but I didn't, you know what, you don't know until you're doing it, right? So for everybody at home, it is touching the sway bar. It's not like a lot, it's just barely touching. Let me show you what I'm looking at. All right, so see right there, it is in fact touching. It's kind of hard to see. So that V-band is hitting the sway bar, but I just found out, I just took a second and did a tiny little bit of research, and since the car is lowered, this is a very typical problem, I guess. So the kit is made to work with a stock Fox, no lowering anything. So my car is lowered on the IBOC system, the IBOC kit, Pro kit. So it is lowered like a good 1.5 inches from the front. That's why it doesn't fit. So the sway bar is not in the correct position. The geometry is off. So the end links need to be different. And so what I've read is Maximum Motorsports does sell correct length in our end links, and see if that fixes this and pushes the sway bar into the correct position. Okay, but that's the official mock-up of the hot side. Let me show you what I'm gonna wrap with some heat tape first. So first things first, this AC line. I'm gonna go get some titanium DEI heat wrap for it, and then try to bend it to a way that will get out of the header. That's the first thing that I wanna change, and that is in the way of the header. But that's it on this side. Everything else looks okay. I'll be able to figure it out. These heater hoses and stuff, that'll be on a later video, but I'm gonna shorten them so they won't even be close to the downpipe or the header. But so far, this is the only thing that needs heat wrap. All right, so let's move on to this side. There's not that much stuff either. So I had my AC line and it was zip tied to another line just to make it look sanitary, but I've got this one totally out of the way. I'll do something to make it look pretty, but it looks fine now. So the starter cable is really close, but I think I can zip tie it in a way that it'll be away from the header, and I'll put heat wrap over it so it'll be totally fat and happy and ready to rock and roll and won't burn up. So, and then the clutch cable is not as close as I thought it was gonna be. It's a good like 3 inches away from the header. So I am gonna wrap some heat wrap around that too, but it looks all right for now. So otherwise, everything else fits. Yeah, everything else fits. So I guess that's the official, unofficial hot side mock-up. So we're doing pretty good so far. I'm gonna take it all back off. I'm gonna heat wrap everything, and then we'll reinstall it with the header, with the copper RTV and that good stuff. So that'll be on the next video, and yeah, so I hope you enjoyed today's video. It was really fun to make. I'm super excited to be actually doing this. I can't even believe I'm doing it. Okay, so, but yeah, thank you everybody for the support. We finally made it. Thanks for sticking with me. I know I've been talking about this for a while, but I just got well enough to be able to do it. So thank you for sticking around again and for the support. And that's the end of today's video, and I'll catch you guys on the next one. Uh-oh. Pretty good. It's close, at least.